in Malaysia. It looks like they are looking out for people or children who do not have identity cards, official status, and they kick them out from school. And this happened even as early as last week, where 8 children were suddenly told not to come to school any longer. And we have a law in Malaysia called the Internal Security Act. Under this law, they can detain a person for unlimited period of time without any trial. So anybody who speaks against the government, like in my case, I am one, will be arrested under the Internal Security Act. And as I said, my brother is also a lawyer. After the main protest we had in 2007, my brother and a few other lawyers were also arrested under the law. They were held close to about 2 years. That was when, before the arrest, I left the country. I came to England. I was going around United Nations campaigning, and that's when the government revoked my passport. The photos you are going to see after these are very stressful photos, where the police it looks like the police force in Malaysia are targeting the Indian community. We only form 8% of the population, but 90% of people who die in police custody are Indians. And the police also have an unofficial shoot to kill policy. Any suspects, if they are Indians, they are shot dead. And every time they shoot an Indian, they say they were suspect, we chased them, they shot at us, we shot back, they died. But when we examine the body, we take photographs of the body, the gunshot wounds are on the foreheads, on the chest. It looks like it's targeted killings. And as I said, these are very stressful. I'll try to move it fast. And these are very few cases that we managed to go into the mortuary, take evidence. When we took photographs of these bodies, we find there are brutal beating marks. These people died in police custody, and police says it's either suicide, they died of heart attack, chest infection, lung infection, etc. And this particular gentleman was poured with hot water in order to get a confession out of him, possibly. And if you see on the top photograph, it's not very clear on the photograph, but the shot marks by the police are on the forehead. But they say these are all hard criminals. But they're all young youths. Some of them are even in schools. I've done cases where students who are schooling, waiting for examinations, to sit for examination, has also been shot at close range. Government say they are hardcore criminals. Our natural argument is that if they are in school, you can always arrest them. They say they have been monitoring them for 3 years when they are 17 years old. So sorry, this was prepared for I went to United States last week, so I just brought the same. I didn't have time to change it. I went on a two-week tour to US. What we are asking for is for our basic rights in Malaysia. We do not want to live at the mercy of the Malaysian government. And I'm here today to impress upon you to raise the serious issues of human rights violation affecting almost 2 million Indian population in Malaysia with the Malaysian government, and also, if possible, hold a briefing here in the Parliament where I can produce more evidence of the human rights violations. I will, after today's event, I will email you, this is our annual human rights report, which details all the violations. I will email it to you.
We can forward it.
Yeah, and also maybe if you could speak to the members of the European Parliament who are in charge of human rights to bring out the issue of Malaysia, not only the Indians but also people from Sabah. There are also other natives in Malaysia. They are in Peninsula. They are also a native group called the Orang Asli. They are also facing problems. The Chinese are also facing problems, and I hope this matter can be brought up further. With that, I invite Mr. Yeah, sorry, go on.
First, I have a question.
Sure.
The relations between your party or your NGO and New Delhi, is the Indian government doing anything, or?
Okay, not really, no. The Indian government, basically, though we are originally from India, but to be honest about it, when we came from India, India didn't exist. They were all different provinces. So today, when they are formed as a country, they don't care about us.
Yes.
They don't look at us as their people any longer.
No.
And we too feel that we have got no more ties. I got no ties with
Yes.
India. I'm born in my 4th generation. I do not know India.
No.
Though I've been for a holiday, but I do not know India. This is
No.
my country. So I want to feel that Malaysia is my country. Every other people want to feel this is our country.
Yes.
And we want to live with dignity in our own country.
Yes.
And for doing all the work that we did, our organization Hindra was banned by the government in 2008. They said that we are linked to some Sri Lanka terrorist group because we are of the same origin, you know. And I will give you a copy of this. These are Saraki, please pass them. These are all the various statements issued by Amnesty International, Human Rights Watch based in New York, and also OMCT in Geneva, and also Human Rights Defenders in Dublin, basically saying that we should be allowed to register our organization and also our political party, which is called the Human Rights Party, and allow us to, you know, operate as a legal organization. Another request that I have is that last month we organized another protest on a controversial book that actually insults the Indians. Very discriminatory, racist remarks were in the book. We protested that book. 52 of our people have been charged in court for being members of an unlawful society. I also hope that a number of members of parliament and senators here can jointly write a letter to the Malaysian government urging them to withdraw the charges, as these organizations have also requested, urging them to withdraw the charges and also allow us to operate as a human rights body. Thank you.